Welcome back, everyone. Today we're gonna meet with our brother Dylan. Finally. Before we meet him, let's check a few things. Checkbox tokens. See. Oh, that takes up a lot. 41,000. Yeah, we're gonna check out the jukebox. We know where it is. It's right over there. But yeah, let's go. Meet Dylan. Emily?
The resonance emitted from the HRAs is purely antithetical to every variant of the His signal I can arrange. But how did Darling create it?
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late?
How is he? I need to know. He's clearly been affected by the Hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests. He seems more in control, more present.
I want to see him. My brother? Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
Boleh. Speech analysis. If you understand the Haze to be a force based on vibration and resonance, then perhaps the incantation, which is now the agreed upon term of their vocalization, is an effort to express the resonance using human vocal cord and speech. Would there be differences in incantation where recited in a different language? The most common word used is one. Interestingly, every usage of the word is attributed to a you. You want to listen. You want this to be true. You must want this wave to drag you away. Are we, the you, the Haze are referring to? Does the Haze believe humanity, possibly all non-Haze life, wants to join it, to be consumed by it? Is that its goal? The most used words are true and time. Is it possible that the Haze stating that how they arrived there, here, or the indication of its age? There is a clear intention in the words, dismissing the incantation as nonsense, as some of my colleagues recommended, is beyond idiotic. By Emily Pope. To us. We got a new hotline. Control points. So that's the board. Just explaining how we can teleport from one place to another using the control points. And what's this? Timelines of event. To examine the invasion timeline of event for possible patterns in his behavior. Analysis of his threat part 4. Establishing a timeline is difficult at present because of lack of reliable communication between bureau, sector, and staff. Preliminary models indicate ground zero of the invasion is located within the executive sector. Once it becomes possible to interview surviving personnel, pinpointing the exact location should be feasible. Other outstanding question that a timeline may help answer: how did the Haze get past the internal lockdown? How does Haze resonance advance through space, deliberately or uniformly? What is their ultimate goal? Outside world, across dimensional destination. Compiled by Emily Pope to us. Director Jesse Fadden. Upper level.
They're endangering us by bringing a hiss in. If Trench was still around, we would have stopped this.
Trench was part of the same shadowy group responsible for
I'm assuming it's here. Yo.
Happiness comes white. You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness comes white pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror inverted is made right. Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the web. You've always been a near you. You want this to be true. We stand around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget. Through time, the thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness comes white pearls, but
What happened to you, man?
through a mirror, the inverted is near. You are a worm through time.
Shit.
The thunderstorm distorts you.
That's
Happiness
Dylan.
comes, white pearls,
Can
but
you
yellow
hear
and
me?
red in the eye. Through a
Come
mirror,
on,
the inverted is
Dylan.
near.
I'm here.
By the door.
I found you.
The surface into the web. You've always been a near you. You want this to be true.
Do you know who I am? You know me. Say it.
You are Dylan Faden's sister.
He's talking in the third person. Always a good sign. Do you know who you are?
Not Dylan. Trench and Darling made sure of that. I'm P6. P6. But I'm better now. The hiss made me better. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been the new you. You want this
Can you
to
stop
be true.
that? Please. Not exactly the reunion I'd hoped for.
It feels good to say those words. I want to say them. They sound good. They make me feel good. Don't you want to say them too?
No. Fuck off, no. You need to help me get this thing out of his head. If he is still in there, if there is anything left, you have to help me.
You! You came in through the hole in you! We let you in, you've always been here! The only true! A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy!
Stop it!
Orangeville!
Shit! Shit! He can see you. This is not safe.
We found Polaris together with my sister when we were very small, in Ordinary, in the desert, through the door opened up by the slide projector. But she didn't help when Trench took me away. She didn't give me any powers. All the powers are my own powers. She didn't help when they locked me up for years. After the song time for applause, we build you till nothing remains. The egg cracks and the truth will emerge out of you. You are home. The Bureau brought the slide projector back here with me. And the Bureau did what the Bureau does. They used it. And they found... They opened the door up to the hiss. That's the only thing I can thank them for.
There. There it is. We stopped the Altered World event in Ordinary when we shut down the slide projector. And now the projector's here.
An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming in a dream. Baby, 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 yeah. Just plastic. So safe. Nothing to worry about. Funny. I welcomed the hiss. I let it in. To get rid of her. The hiss set me free. Polaris is using you. The Bureau is using you. You are a puppet. You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
If we shut off the slide projector, maybe that will stop the hiss.
In your regulations.
Maybe it's not too late for my brother.
You must see the truth for yourself, Jesse. Sister. The horrible truth about the Bureau. The hiss is the better option. Go to the Prime Candidate program in the containment sector. I have the keycard to get you there. Salvador wanted me to have it.
Wanted? Bullshit. I saw what the hiss did to Salvador. What it turned him into.
Okay, Dylan. I'll go. I want to see the truth for myself.
I'll go. But only to look for this light projector. You can help me. We can end this.
You are a worm through time. You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness comes. White pearls, but yellow and red in the eye.
Not
Mirror of the inverted
how you
is
expected him to be. I mean, losing his mind.
surface into the way. You've always been a new you. You've always been true.
I mean, I wish we could talk to him more.
You can almost hear our words, but you
I expect him to be angry, but this is a whole nother person.
We wait in the stands. Hardly describes us as redacted.
Can we talk more with him?
The name of the sound, it resonates in your eye.
I don't know what else I'm hoping to find here.
Dylan. Can we talk?
I'd like to tell you about a dream I had last night.
Off to a good start.
Okay. I'm listening.
I was back in Ordinary, before all of this happened. But in the dream, I was alone. It was just me. I was the only child. A girl. My name was Jesse Dylan Faden. But then the Bureau came and caught me, brought me back here, locked me up. Have you ever noticed that our names, Jesse, Dylan, they could be girls' names, boys' names, could be anything. Don't you find that weird? I find that weird.
Sure.
What the hell was that? Is he trying to mess with me?
You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness comes.
Okay.
White pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror, the inverted is made right.
But it's confirmed that he is not, well, Pope, anything new?
How are you doing, Jesse? It can't be easy seeing Dylan like this. I'm fine. What can you tell me? Is he still... human?
Or is he his?
I've taken numerous tissue samples and have tests running as we speak, but from the initial data, he looks healthy. I only see corruption in a superficial way. What does that mean? I don't know. This is all new, but if he's like you, maybe Polaris is preventing total hiss takeover. Or maybe this is just a new form of hiss. We've already seen how it affects people in different ways. Dylan told me he let the hiss in. Does that change anything? Voluntary conversion? I mean, hypothetically, that could affect the mental state post-corruption, as well as the extent of biological alteration. But again, this is new territory for me. I'll need time. You won't have it. I'm gonna shut down the slide projector. That's how the hiss are getting in. Once I close it, this should all be over. Jesse, we don't know how this works. If you sever their connection to the source, it could cause a terminal chain reaction. Every hiss-corrupted individual dead.
Better that than what Dylan is now.
I'm shutting it down. This has to end. Whatever happens, Happens. Okay, just let me know how I can help. Thank you, Emily.
Hey. Obviously, we pissed.
Fuck, if they're in there, we go around that way. No.
New document here. Television proposal. Television show proposal. Based on the success of America Overnight, we would like to propose the creation of a television series that prevents superstition and skeptical thought as entertainment in order to popularize the concept among the civilian population and create less resistance to redirecting information regarding public paranormal event. We can also use a solid media outlets to test paranormal concept or civilian audiences, seeing how they react to certain facts presented as fiction in the event of Bureau ever decide to make a certain realities public knowledge. There are various show licenses that we could purchase and reboot rather than starting from scratch. One particular property seems promising, especially considering its content, tone are precisely what we are looking for. It's called Night Sprint and has been off the air for a few years. Okay. Anything new on the mods? Punch. Can delete this one. This one. And this one. Should we? Yep. Already got a better one. Energy cost. No, just energy. Recovery speed. It's already better. Next upgrade should be Shatter. Oh, the new one. Yeah. Nice. Now, if we look back for the shotgun, recoil. This one, another recoil. The spread and more cost per shot. Next is spin, but now we're using grip. Right now, what we're gonna do before we move on, as usual, to our main mission, we should check out a few things like this jukebox, or maybe we save that guy that in the shift duty looking at the refrigerator, fridge, or we can look for Dr. Underhill. Fridge duty on the record. Enemy within. Yup. And old growth. I mean, this is the first side mission, so we may need Dr. Underhill here to help Pope, because as she said, she was alone.
Lots of errors on this phone.
Okay, my dude. Now that we have like floating powers, maybe we can look for Underhill. research. Yep. But poor Dylan. I expect him to be angry, but somehow he developed like a second personality. He's now P6 instead of Dylan. Maybe what Trench and Darlene did to him, he find a way to cope with himself. He developed P6. It's like a dude that just accept his fate that he's gonna be a prisoner here forever. Be a research test. A lab rat. Yeah. This guy just gonna go ballistic on us again with all the haze here. Oh no, not him. Oh, so much lag. Not you, man. You. Come here. My PC just taking a tank when we always come here to the research. We never been up here. Darling office.
I've been fielding questions recently regarding HRAs. What are they for? Do you always need to wear them? And what's the deal with the Hedron resonance anyway? Fuck. Despite what you may have heard, HRAs are not monitoring devices. We're not tracking your movements or listening to your conversations while you're wearing them. We do that regardless whether or not you're wearing an HRA. Think of them as a life preserver. Only instead of water, the thing HRAs protect you from is classified. One day that classified, not water, might pour in and You'll be glad you got an HRA keeping you afloat. And if you don't have an HRA, don't worry. It'll be quick and painless. Kidding. I'm kidding. We're making more.
Oh, darling. Yeah. What's this? Resonance theory. Utilization of paranormal elements. Resonance. Resonance. It's there, but we can't see it. It vibrates around us, through us, from us. But what its vibration is conscious. What could a force like that do? Blank opened the door to a blank I've called blank. The blank emits a force that is far beyond the forces we previously dealt with. It has shown me so much that I have to wonder, is resonance the key element in all altered phenomenon? AWEs, altered item, object of power, do they share a common blank that we are yet to discover? We can harmonize control point. What else would the correct frequency allow us to achieve? What if resonance has been the answer this whole time? By Casper Darling. Astral plane. Examination of paranormal topics, the astral plane and object of power. The Bureau has spent years studying why object of power transport user into the astral plane when touched. My predecessor, Dr. Ash, theorized that potential receptacle determined by Jungian archetype and the collective subconscious could be inhabited by paranormal energies when an AWE occur in vicinity altering an altered item. Over time, a link was created by the blank and the astral plane that to that item, making it an object of power. So many additional theories has been raised by Dr. Ash time. Object of power were placed on Earth as a test by some astral entity. Our dimension was once part of astral plane, and that the object were left behind as its borders recede. The astral plane was an early threshold into the oldest house, but the connection was severed, and now the two link solely through the object of power. I will attempt to disprove some of this in order to thin the herd. Hopefully the truth will emerge. What could I say about this is that there's a lot of things that we could theorize. Why is this approaching this oldest house? Counter-essay of astral plane. Dr. Darling is insistent that a certain object of power share a direct connection to the blank, an entity or group of entities that we have a little information on. Okay. Or a little that I am allowed to access. In his written report, he states that there is a clear link between this object of power, the blank, the astral plane, and the oldest house itself. What's the blank? I think it's P6. His work supposes these links are innate, are fact ingrained into the very blank of objects, such as the hotline or the service weapon. But what if the particular objects were never linked to the blank, but had that connection forced upon them? Isn't it strange that no other object of power required such direct contact with the blank? Isn't it strange that using service weapon or the hotline will result in grievous harm or even death if the user is not the director, or at least worthy of the role? Why do we assume this involvement by the blank is a natural fact and not something more blank? One more. Darling budget request. Dear Dr. Darling, I suspect my colleague Dr. Harrington has already contacted you, asking for an increase in her department budget. I'm not surprised. Parapsychology has always been a squeaky wheel, all fuss but no result. Parakinesiology has always been the stronger department. More breakthrough, more tangible data, more usable research. I'm sure a man of your esteem can plainly see which department is more deserving in the budget increase. Just think what those additional resources could do for an already formidable research team. Anyway, I know you're a fan of single malt, so I left a bottle well-aged on your desk. Your admiration, Dr. Abraham Lewis. Try to jack him up so he could give him more budget. Okay. Dimensional research. Oh no.
Constantly changing labyrinth. Can never pass through. Dimensional research. Every measure of security.
What's the... What? Ashtray maze. Oh no. It's a hallway. How he looks. One, two, three, ashtray. Got 1, 2, but nothing. 1, 2. Is that an ashtray? One ashtray, two ashtray. What is this? A water fountain? No. Did we miss this before? Ashtray. Hey. One ashtray. We go again. Okay. Go again. God, just scared me. Okay, now it was knocked down. By who? Okay, there's nothing here. Look at that. Holy crap. Maybe we're not supposed to be here yet. There's a whole other area. Okay. Let's look for Underhill first. Come on, boys. Did he just vanish? Yep, it's the mall, right? That's Underhill. That's gonna be the zombie one. We should use the speeding. It's the narrator here.
Careful in there, ma'am. Area's under quarantine. I wouldn't go in there without talking to Underhill first. Even if you have, I still wouldn't go in.
Yeah, where is she?
I hate guard duty down here. This place is fucking weird.
This is nothing. The clocks? No, that's weird.
What's weird about a bunch of clocks?
Shut up! I think that's the new director.
Excuse me? Are you lost?
No. I'm actually looking for you.
Do you normally barge into people's private workspaces?
She clearly doesn't know who she's talking to.
Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
Why? Because of those hiss things the Rangers keep going on about. Haven't you people sorted that out yet? The situation down here could spell doom for the Bureau.
You mean this mold?
Correct. Perhaps you could help me. I require samples of various mold strains, and the mold has made the environment far too dangerous for me to fetch them myself.
Really? Mold samples? I thought this could spell doom.
It could, and it will, whoever you are. The mold is spreading. We need to find the source before it spreads too far.
And these samples will do that?
No. Samples of 5 unique strains, when blended properly, will allow you to travel deeper into the pit where I've pinpointed the approximate location of the source of the mold.
Okay. So what do these samples look like?
Similar to the one on my table there. I've made a list of the samples I need. Here. You'll find them throughout the threshold.
I'll take a look. My name's Jessie, by the way.
I'm sure it is.
Select 5 mold sample by Dr. Hill. Type A, grow new fresh corpses, grow new toilet, new televisions, new staircase, new the pit. Okay, do you know Pope?
Have you worked with Emily Pope?
Our paths have crossed. Darling arranged for us to have a coffee. A meeting of the minds, he called it. She's talented. I can certainly see her doing well here.
I feel like there's a but coming.
But she's drunk a bit too much of the Bureau's proverbial Kool-Aid. She shouldn't be afraid to forge ahead on her own. Science is skepticism. Everything must be questioned before the truth can emerge.
Okay. What do you know about Darling?
So is Darling your boss?
If you insist on clinging to such outdated hierarchies, then yes. However, I would argue that our fields are too dissimilar for one to manage the other. Of course, Darling would much prefer to find his own miracle solution to the Bureau's fungal frustrations. He always needs to be the hero.
What's your background, man?
So tell me again how you came to work at the Bureau?
Well, like I said, I was brought in as a special advisor. A temporary position, you see. Although that's not the whole truth. I was employed here for a time, straight out of university. After a decade of admittedly fascinating work in threshold research and regulation, I began to chafe under the bureaucracy. I needed a change. Not that academia was so different.
And then the mold happened.
About 4 months ago, yes. Since my departure from the Bureau, they hadn't been able to find my equal in threshold analysis. Darling and I had kept in touch over the years, meeting at conferences and the like. He called me, and I booked a flight. I've never been able to say no to a man with a dangerous alien biosphere. I had to leave my post in the middle of term, but so be it.
So she's a professor. That explains a lot.
Let's play more about this mold.
The mold seems to be having some weird effects on things.
Indeed. Even people are susceptible. The fungus grows rapidly within the chest cavity, killing the host. Luckily, one must ingest the stalks to become infected.
Don't eat the mold. Okay.
We've always cremated the infected bodies after autopsy, but I believe there may be another stage of maturity. A blooming, if you will.
I never thought the word blooming would sound so horrible.
Well, okay then.
Thanks for the information.
My pleasure.
Underhill checking in. Hello Raya, how is it going down there? Enjoying the mold so far? Settling back into the life of old FBC? I also wanted to ask you how your coffee with Emily went. She's a star on the rise. Incredibly bright and extremely intuitive, but I want to hear what you thought of her. I think you two could be very good on a project together. Could learn a lot from each other. Let's get together and chat about it soon. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. I'm sure you can't think of anything besides Mo right now. You always were a woman of focus. I always admire that about you. Talk soon, Casper. From Darling, I think. But What's new? The maze, right? What? Oh, sorry. Yeah, the hotline. Because Trench cannot talk with us full. So we need to know about this ashtray.
I'm averse to using objects of power. I don't want to lean on things I ultimately can't trust. But the ashtray and the cigarette, smoking there forever, have their uses. The ashtray maze they conjure is an impossibly changing labyrinth that no one but the binder, and those the binder invites, can ever pass through. The things we hid in dimensional research, the things Darling studies, the danger and the risk involved, call for every measure of security and protection I could bring to the table. The maze, hands down, is our strongest lock. I gave Darling and his chosen crew license to pass through the maze. Lately, I've started to think I should revoke that license.
But why though? Why you wanna revoke it? That just question upon question.
Goodbye for now.
Yeah, I'm looking for your mom. Collect 5 more. One near fresh cups, near toilets, near televisions, near staircase, near the pit.
It smells so sweet down here. Suddenly I'm really hungry. I wonder how this mold tastes.
About dome. Pink Flamingo supplement. Wait, what? Pink Flamingo. Agent noticed a transient commonly found outside the entrance of the Bureau headquarters would carry the item and loudly claim to be responsible for the lack of inclement weather. The frequency of this claim attracted the personal interest of Dr. Darling. In an interview disguised as a casual conversation, the transient reported that the item gives me clouds when it's hot and sun when it's not, and sun when it's not. An event of note occurred during the heavy downpour when the vagrant was witnessed performing a possible ritual with the item, a pink flamingo. Dr. Darling reported a wait of blank second before the rain stopped. The vagrant was seized the next day. After blank, he was found to possess no blank and was released. The item remains in Bureau custody under suspicion of altered status, though it still has not been proven. All known variations of the identification formulas have failed to elicit response from the item. We found this flamingo, I think, in the containment section. For 5. We don't dodge much. For now. Yeah. Play some other things. This one is 22. 22. Huh. It's a lot though. Plus 49. Can get rid of this. Rate of fire 29. Okay. 49. That's a lot. Just wait for another, like an upgrade.
Those people?
Supposedly people. Now it's a zombie. Cannot see the projectile. The stairs, one near the TV, one near a corpse. One near projectile, no, one near corpse, one near TV, one near stairs. That's a lot. Where we could find it? Fresh corpse. There's an entire section down here that we could explore. Maybe eventually find it. God damn it. Calm down here. The one near a fresh corpse. I think this one is near the stairs, if you're not mistaken. Oh, this is the toilet. How can we pick up the mole? Yo. Now you can use the lift. Nice. Toilets. Wait.
Careful in there, ma'am. Area's under quarantine. I wouldn't go in there without talking to Underhill first. Even if you have, I still wouldn't go in.
Maybe it's not the mole in here. Maybe this one on the open side. Okay. What? What? Okay, that's a toilet. Fresh corpses. Okay, we're not supposed to go in there.
This looks like a good one.
Stop there. Oh, there's a sample here. But I can hear the growling. There you are. Oh, fuck off. Yo. What? Man, that's so awful. I cannot see them. And well, they're there, but I cannot see a lot of them because they're blending with the background. Damn. Just a few shot. And we gotta start it here again, come on. Isn't there like a control point? Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna stop it here first. And as I said, before we move on the next mission, I think we're gonna clear a few this side mission and just explore a bit more on this department in research, in containment, and such and such. Sorry that I died a lot, but at least we met Dylan. Well, it's not really a progress on Dylan, but at least he's alive, but not himself. And it's interesting. Just let me know in the comment, guys, whether or not Dylan is actually Dylan, or just another projection of his. It's just a theory, my theory, I think. So for now, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys on the next. Bye.